quick video to tell you about how to get to your SheetRails link and how to make sure that you access it properly. First of all, what I'll do is when you receive the link, so you'll receive the link in an email, whatever it looks like for you, I would come to my desktop, right click, create, say, new shortcut, and it'll bring it to here, paste that link in here, go next, call it SheetRails, or edge reporting, and then finish, and then double click on that, and it'll take you through to here. So for me, it's going to take me straight into here because I'm already signed in, but I'm just going to show you what it looks like when I'm signed out. So it'll take you through to something like this, and then you would sign in either with Microsoft or with Google, depending on what the email address is that you use for your work. So if you use an email address that is peter.langley@edgegrowth.com, and that's for work, but you also have a pjlangley@gmail.com, and that's your Google account, that's your personal one. Obviously, you need to make sure that you're signing in with your work account. So what you need to do first is actually ensure that your plangley@edgegrowth.com account is what you're signed into on the website. If you're not signed into that, so if you signed into another one, which is, so maybe you signed into your Gmail one or to another one here. So this is my SheetRails one. I know that my Edge Growth one is the account that's associated with my work that I'm doing for Edge Growth. So whatever that is in your instance, maybe it is your Gmail account. Just make sure that whatever you're using for your work email is the one that you're signed into on your on the web page browser before you try and sign in here. And then if it's your Gmail account that is meant to be your work account, the email address that Edge has for you for your work account, then you'll click sign in with Google and use that Gmail account. If it's another account, maybe it's peter@smeconsulting.co.za, and that's a Microsoft account, I'll make sure that my peter@SMESA, whatever it is, account is the one that I'm logged in my web browser, and then click on sign in with Microsoft because I know that that's a Microsoft account. So I hope that's clear. That'll take you through to, let me just see if it's actually, might take you through to this page here. If it takes you through to this page, click on the top left hand corner and go to Edge Growth Solutions, monthly reporting. So click on top left corner again and go to Edge Growth Solutions, monthly reporting. It'll take you to, now you will have all of the programs that are assigned to you will be here. I can see all of the ones that are logged in here, but you'll just see the ones where you are a mentor on that program. So click over here underneath program, and then choose, obviously if it's only one program, you'll only have one option, but if you're on a couple of programs, you can click between them over here. And then obviously within that program, then you click which of the SMEs you want to look at. So again, it'll only be the SMEs that are assigned to that email address. And again, just double check that your email address at the bottom left hand corner here is the one which is associated with your work account. If not, click on that, log out, and sign back in with the correct email address. Or else you're not going to see anything on this page. If you're signing in with your Gmail account, but actually your work account is something else, you're not going to see anything on this page. So just make sure that this email address is the one that you've given to Edge. So then you'll go through to whatever the program is. They've got different structures depending on what kind of program it is. So RBN and Sanlam and FMB have similar type looks and feels in terms of what the growth, in terms of they've got a growth plan and monthly data entry. All of the programs have this monthly data entry view that you see over here, but some of the programs have this growth plan, which is it's the starting point for which you start the program. You set up the program for that SME. So here you would, for RBN, this is what it would look like. You would come in, and just one key thing is always come and check here, the 3 dots on the right hand side. If you see this blue dot over there, it says there's a new update to the SheetRails template available. Click on that and say update SheetRails template. and it says updating template. Just give it about 2 or 3 seconds, and it'll reload. And if there's any, there would have been there are a couple of changes just to make it a little bit better in terms of what information needs to come through here. It doesn't affect any of your previous information that you put in here, so just always make sure that you've updated this, yeah, and then you choose the right SME that you want to input information around, click edit, and then you'll see all the drop downs are here, and you can choose, revenue growth. You can scroll across, so you'll see you've got the different interventions that you propose based on the scores, the BMI scores. For these guys and for Sanlam and FNB, you actually would come through to this. So there's the growth plan and there's a BMI score. So here you'd come through and put in your growth plan, and you put in the scores from the diagnostic. If you're earlier phase, you would do the diagnostic on SheetRails, and it actually just pulls this information through into here. But for those that already have these scores, you can just add them in quite easily over here, etc., etc. So I'm not going to put all of them in, and then click save. So always remember, you click edit, input information, and then click save. Then it says recalculating, just give it a couple of seconds, and it refreshes, and that information is in here, and it pulls through into this page here. But then here, to update this growth plan, you'll click edit, you'll put in the information over there, but that's specifically to RBN. So obviously it depends on which program you're on. For FNB, you also, here you have just the monthly data entry sheet over here. You've got all the different SMEs that are assigned to you will be underneath here. Here again, you'll click edit. You'll just edit. You'll see here what it does is it also shows you the month that we're in, currently in June. It highlights that month. So when you're in July, it'll highlight that month. You guys are backdating information for the previous 3 months, so just remember to do that. But again, this one here, it's got the monthly data entry. It's got key dates. You can also control, if you just hold down control and just zoom in, if you want to change the zoom, or you can click on these 3 dots and use this here to zoom in on the page. And here, so this program gives you an overview of what's happening in each of these different months, as well as the BMI structure that you saw on the other one. Outsurance, well, let me just jump over. So we've got IFA and Incita. Those are both very similar. So these have the monthly data entry tabs. Remember, so just always read this at the top here. So you're looking at IFA 2025 program for Billy Kaula. It's monthly data entry for May 2025. So remember, you're on May. So if you have this over here, you can switch between the months. On the other view, you can see the months next to each other. But for this one here, here you'd say if I need to put in information for Feb, and let me go to somewhere that I haven't opened before. So if I go to, when you first come here, it's going to say this is the first time the SheetRail has been accessed, and it'll just take a few seconds to initialize, and it's just creating the template for that month. But you would say, if I'm putting in information for Billy for the November 2024, so it shows you November 2024 for Billy on IFA, I'll click edit, put in my name, put in how many hours I'm billing, what my invoice number is, low, medium, and high engagement. So it's got all the descriptions over there. But all of this would have been explained to you for the onboarding of the program. This is more showing you how to use SheetRails. But remember, click save once you've edited. So that's what it looks like for the monthly data entry. Remember, you can look at the past responses for each of your businesses. So you'll see there's no information in here at the moment, so it's not going to show, but you can also update the SheetRail template. So remember, there's a blue dot over there, so just remember to look for that. Update the SheetRail template. This is going from 3 months to 6 months that it's showing over here, so that's not the update at the moment, but it is coming through now. And then you come through to monthly data entry, and you'd see specifically for Billy, you can see as past responses side by side. So you can scroll and you can see all the months before, and just refresh. If you don't see some of the information that's come through, if the information isn't coming through from monthly data, just refresh. So remember a couple of things. You can always come here. If you leave this page for a while and you go and do other things, and then you come back to it, it's going to become dormant. So just always come back here and just refresh the page. So go to the top and just click on it, and it refreshes the page, and it'll just make it active again. And then within this, once you are updating information for these past responses and the program responses. Wherever you see this circular sign over here, you see it coming up now. It's just the first time that this specific one is opening. Whenever you see the circular sign, you can just click on it and it will pull through the latest information that's written over here about these businesses on this program. So just remember to do that if you think that you're not seeing all the information. This obviously means that there's no information for Billy or for Gideon at the moment. But here, this allows you to see everything for the month of May. You can see all the SMEs side by side for the month of May. And then you can also, look if you want to look at all the SME responses for the month of April. So this is quite useful from a PM perspective, being able to see this. But mostly, I think the initial kind of how you log in and how you navigate around here, that's all been covered. This is a little bit more just going into some of the detail in case anyone wants to stay on and see that. Otherwise, I think you've seen enough to see how to log in. So remember, get your link, save the link here as a shortcut. When you click on that, each time it'll take you through to here. It might take you through to this page. If it does, go here and click monthly reporting, then go through to the thing that you want to see. You also, something that's coming as well as this AI Insights, which is quite cool. So now you can actually look at how the program is going. So you just have to push this prepare data once, and then you can ask any question about the program. So you can say, how many SMEs on the CASI program increased revenue over the past 12 months? And then that is actually just updating there still. So you can ask any question here. Just waiting for it to, there we go, so it's done. I can submit. And it looks through all of the data from the program and will give you an error. So that's obviously not ideal. I just refresh this and put this in again. So now I just give it a little bit of time to think. And cool, yeah, so that's basically everything for the reporting side of things. Thanks.